This is Gabriel Gonzalez for Cage Side Press here with the headliner for the March 23rd event at the UFC Apex. It is everybody's favorite Brazilian personality, Amanda Ribas, who takes on Rose Namajunas. Amanda, first off, hello, congratulations. I just saw on Instagram, degree in physical education.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for two things. Thank you for saying the people like this, right? And thank you for the congratulations. Was yesterday, and I did it in because in conditioning, and I was studying since 2004, no, 515.
Oh,
So
wow.
there is a long time I had at school because I changed the the the
Degree?
teams. I was doing physiotherapy and then I changed to nutrition and now I'm done. Yeah.
Can I ask so for one with that, obviously you really wanted to do it. I'm assuming you had to always split your time. You're busy as a fighter, so you can't be in school all the time like other people. But now that you have it, do you see that being a big part of your career when you're done fighting, helping other athletes, maybe being a part of something like that?
Yes, for sure. I did this college and internet because we can do in the internet, and it was good for me because I can understand more about my training, and yes, I can help others when I have not just what I do in my training, but what I studied to do it, what the science studied to say it is the best. So yes, it helped me a lot.
So the UFC has the PI, and everything else that helps the athletes. Do you feel like with this education, when you're done, you might be someone that helps out like the Heather Linden, and maybe you would be part of the UFC helping the other athletes?
Now I don't think in this because I think they don't have already in Brazil. Hey, please come to Brazil too. And I think you might be more focused on my institute now because like I know it's good to help at pro athletes, but I want to help the youngest. You know, when you
Yeah.
don't have focus, you don't when you don't have some good examples. So I want to help youngest. The pro is good to help to training to get to the goal, but I want to to help find the goal.
Of course. I'd like to ask you another thing that we brought up. Obviously, the big personality. Do you ever, how do I put this? Everyone knows you for always being very smiley and obviously very nice in a lot of interviews and all that. I, Sometimes people get tired. Sometimes people are still sleepy in the morning. Sometimes people have something happen. Do you ever have it where people meet you and they're expecting, hello and everything, and you're just like, hi,
Hi,
I'm
hi.
just a little tired.
Yes. And it is because I'm not happy all the time. I'm not with a lot of vibes all the time. And when I wake up, I'm not like this. And the end of the training, I'm not like this. But when I do interview, it's good. I like to meet myself because you guys do some good questions. So I don't know, so it's good, I like this. And my sister and my brother, they can talk more about this, about me being in a bad mood. I'm not smiling all the time. One day, I don't know who did it. I just remember when I was in the market and the guy, hello, Anna," and I was like, hi, hi. And he, are you good? And me, yes. And her, but I was like, just, okay. I was not like bad. I was not in bad mood. I just like relaxed.
Completely understand. I want to ask you some about the other things we have going on. I was looking at it. Obviously, you promoted being part of OnlyFans and OnlyFans TV, and you have a bit like a documentary, but I couldn't find it. If fans want to watch more of that stuff, like you behind the scenes with your training and all that, where can fans see it? Like, what do we
They
what do we
will put
search?
And the OnlyFans there is
Yeah.
there, they will put the new episodes and the new series there, and I'm anxious, to they put more because it was being so good. And it's crazy because in the beginning, before I signed with the OnlyFans, I was like, "Ooh, I will sign or not?" Because in the beginning, don't have too much athletes there, and now have, and it's so good because I can see the people, they want to see what I do in my behind the scenes, and now they will do there, they will see there.
Let's say a fan wants to watch the behind the scenes. What do they search in the
Mhm.
OnlyFans TV? Just Amanda Ribas, or is there something specific?
No, Amanda Ribas, they will
Gotcha.
find.
Got
Yeah.
it. Got it. Got it. Let's talk a little bit about obviously Rose Namajunas main event at flyweight. The biggest question I think a lot of people have is, after they saw her fight Manon, people are wondering, is this the same Rose Namajunas? Is she still at that level? Is she still as good at flyweight compared to strawweight? What are your thoughts on that and just where she is maybe in her career?
For me, Rose is a legend. And my dad said to me one time that if you want to be a legend, you need to win off one. And for me, Rose is a legend. And she is really good. And I'm being prepared to fight against the best version of Rose Namajunas. So for me, she is in the best version of her.
When you look at her game, obviously we've seen a lot of her fights at strawweight. What do you feel is maybe most different for her game at flyweight compared to strawweight?
For myself, I feel myself in strawweight more fast and in flyweight more strong. So maybe Rose will be not too fast as she is being in strawweight, maybe because it is more weight.
Got it, got it. I heard you talking in another interview. I want to ask you, obviously your first poster on, first UFC poster for an event. How many have you talked to UFC about getting? Like, is your whole family gonna buy all of them? I'm assuming it's a very exciting moment for a fighter.
Yes, this is my first time that I signed the post of the UFC. I was imagining my face there, and how my face it is on one. And I think in my home we will have one post, in my gym, in my mom's house, my dad's house. Everybody wants
Sister.
wants a post, yeah. In the city, woo, I will buy a lot to put in the city.
Just leave it for the coffee shop. Hey, just so this is for you guys right here. No, I know if you see them right now. If I was on a poster, I don't know that I would ever have enough personally, but that's just me. I'd like to ask you about a few fights that we have coming up. Obviously in a few divisions. In strawweight where you sometimes fight Yan Shannon, Zhang Wei Li. How do you see that fight going
Ooh, it's main event too, right?
I think they have the co-main event at 300.
Come event. Come
Yeah,
event. Look
yeah.
this. In my mind, it was a main event because I know will be fire inside the cage too. Because they both are really good. And I think they will decide who will be the queen of China. So it will be awesome to watch.
Do you think Wei Li or Yan, or do you want to leave it down the middle and not make a pick?
No, no. I think Whaley.
Wei Li.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are
No,
feeling
it's
Wei
not
Li.
good to be in the middle. You need to, you need to decide. In the middle, no.
Understood. What about the main event? Alex Pereira against Jamal Hill. Obviously another Brazilian champion. Just what do you think of that one?
Poatan, Alex Pereira. He is, his hand is a rock. So I'm sending good vibes for him.
And then finally, th this one big in your division. You just had the experience fighting her, Macy Barber against Kaylin Chukagian, because a lot of people feel like that fight could be big for the title picture at 125.
Yeah, I fight against both girls, and I think Mace will win. I think
Gotcha.
because she's strong. Caitlyn is really strong too. Is fast. Is all. But I think Macy is here. She is on the top. She is really good.
And then finally, Amanda Ribas, obviously, like we talked about, a lot of fans always excited to see you out there. What can fans expect when you get into the cage with Rose Namajunas on March 23rd?
They can expect the best fight ever because I'm prepared for that. And ooh, I think they can expect a really good fight, a really good Amanda Ribas inside the cage, and a lot of kicks, a lot of punches, a lot of takedowns, a lot of submissions too, because I'm training all.
Well, Amanda, we always appreciate the time. Thank you very much and best of luck. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Amanda Ribas taking on Rose Namajunas on March 23rd. You guys are not going to want to miss it.